So this is kind of a before we begin movie. So before you get started in headshots assignment, you're working on two assignments together simultaneously. A3 is the shooting of the headshots, and A4 is what these movies really focus on, which is the digital workflow in Lightroom and with some Photoshop on processing these, doing a lot of batch processing and getting files out to a client. So that's our goals here. So I'm going to start off with, on your hard drive you would have three things, or they could be hard drive and memory card. So the first thing would be you would have some raw files that you had shot in the camera. So they might be on a memory card or something like that. So you'd have those raw files. And then the next thing you would have is you'd have some kind of you'd have the templates from the server. So these I'm giving you essentially so that I can teach you about using a template. So these are set up for a borderless printer such as the 3880 in class, and I'll explain those more later. So that's something you can have. And then at the very bottom you have a catalog folder, and you're going to set that up, and everything is going to basically live in that catalog folder. So one thing you can do is take those print templates from the server and then drag them over to your catalog folder, so you have that ready to go. The next thing is that there is the print templates now, and you're going to have a folder per client. So this is like a subfolder with a client. So here it is, client's name followed, a photographer's last name, HS client's name, and that gives you that set up there. And then you have the Lightroom catalog, which is connected. I'm going to go back to the client folder. Inside the client folder, we've got an exports, we've got a print PSD that we're going to use, and then the raw files are going to go there. So on the exports, you'll have JPEG exports, proofs, and TIFFs when it's all said and done. So you're going to have all those together. So essentially you need to create these folders first. So you need to create that overall folder. You need to create that client folder. And if you do this first, it's going to help you out. And inside the client folder, and this is also in the handout, you'll do the exports. You'll do the print PSD and the raw. So you create all those. Finally, on the third level, you create the inside exports. You can create that JPEG, that proofs, that TIFFs. So right now you're just focusing on the folders. Don't worry about the files. That's all going to happen later in the process. But just kind of keep that in mind that if you set up all these folders in the very beginning, you've done a good file management and you'll be ready for the entire process.